Hello, good morning. It is very early on Tuesday, and normally I don't film talking head clips on days that I go into the office like this because I'm usually in a rush, but I got up early today. Hi, welcome to the vlog. If you're new here, my name is Becca. I'm a writer. I'm currently working on my upmarket fiction novel going under the name of Project Eden. It's a 90s East Coast autumn ghost story, and if you're not new, hi, it's good to see you again. I'm gonna put some makeup on my face while I talk to you guys because I gotta get this going. I feel like I have a lot to catch you up on, all like very silly life stuff. But yesterday I went to Sephora because I ran out of my concealer. I got the Tower 28 concealer and I love this concealer. I got it a shade darker than I normally get it because I actually really like using this concealer for like all over. Sometimes I don't really like to use foundation on my face, and this color looks a lot closer to my actual skin tone. But I also got some other goodies that I want to show you guys that I'll probably use in my makeup routine this morning. I did not post last week because I got hit with 2 migraines in 2 weeks. I got hit with an insane wave of nausea. Like, I'm talking, I couldn't keep anything down. So I had like pressure in my brain from the migraine, and then just pressure from being sick and not being able to hold anything down. And oh my god, I was like really miserable. I was like not having a good time. We are also officially in the busy season at work. Also, I look so bald whenever I use a headband, but I am doing my best to like not panic. I am almost at my 1-year mark at this job, and I came in just after like the big fundraising gala. This year I am obviously here for that fundraising gala and all the planning that comes with it. Oh, this is the other thing I got. This is the Kosas Cloud Set in Breezy. This powder is so good. I had a loose powder. I had the Maybelline Fit Me powder before, and I felt like it was making my skin way too cakey. This like blurs my skin in such a nice way. I have been working pretty hard with my team just to get ready for this gala. There's just like a lot of like little things that I personally am in charge of, specifically when it comes to like sponsorship and payment and tracking and acknowledgement letters, and there's just like a lot to keep track of, and I have to make sure that nothing falls through the cracks. So my October is crazy busy. After the gala in 2 weeks, I'm going to Nashville to see my best friend Katie, which I am so excited about. I feel like I haven't talked about it much here because my videos have been very writing centered lately, which is totally fine. This is a writing and lifestyle channel. Today, this video will probably be a little bit more lifestyle than anything because I haven't done one of those in a while, I feel. Yes, we're going to Nashville. She lives in Memphis. Honestly, I just haven't seen her in a while, and we try to make a pretty concerted effort to see each other at least like once a year. And we are going to the Sleeping at Last concert. We both love Sleeping at Last, so she scored us tickets. I finally bought my plane tickets like last week, so I'm very excited about that. And then I have another friend coming to visit at the end of October that I'm super excited about, and it's just gonna be a nice, good, fun month. I also scheduled one of my writing dates with Lucia, which we haven't had in a minute, it feels like. I think I vlogged the last one that we had, so it's been a while. To be fair, I haven't been feeling well, so I haven't been wanting to schedule them, but I feel like I'm almost out of my first trimester. I feel a little bit more energy returning to me. Not a lot, but it's coming. I'm eager to get my life back into some sort of routine, so the last 4 months of the year are like my favorite time of the year, so I feel like I am also hitting just a very good stride. Oh, I didn't blend it on my nose. It is October. It is officially spooky season. I decorated what little like fall / spooky decor we had last night, which you guys saw. Honestly, I've just been kind of embracing it. This is the time of year where I watch less scary movies and more like scary let's plays. So I grew up watching like Jacksepticeye and Markiplier and PewDiePie and bunch of these like gaming YouTubers, and they would always play scary games. So this is the time of year where I rewatch all of the playthroughs that were like very nostalgic to me in like high school 10 plus years ago. Markiplier is a staple for me. I literally, anytime I have good day, bad day, I put on his videos. Oh, I'm almost done reading Hungerstone. I am so proud of myself because this is like the first time I've been able to finish a book in I don't know how long. Again, I think since like Bunny over the summer. And I made a very concerted effort. I think I kind of told myself that I would be picking up my Kindle again. Usually whenever I use my Kindle, I feel like I fly through books, and that has been the case with Hungerstone. I bought it for my Kindle and I've been reading it there, and I flew through half the book in like a day. I only have about 20 minutes left of it, like I think the last like 4 chapters. And I think, is it good? Yes. It's not the read that I think I expected. It's funny because when I started my channel, I really wanted to write this like horror through the lens of feminism, and I actually think that Hungerstone is a very good example of that. Like, there are very strong female themes at the core of that story. It's repeating itself a little bit at this point. Like, I think the midpoint, and once like the twist happens and you kind of find out what's been happening, like what you've been suspecting, I read through that so quickly because I was so into it. I was so intrigued. I thought it was so good. And then it kind of hit a wall, which makes me so sad. It's still good, but it's just making me kind of just drag my feet on wanting to read the ending. I'll probably finish that on the train today. I don't know what I'm gonna read after that. I have a backlog of things I need to read. I was approved for Diane's, I got an arc of Diane's The Echo of Precious Things, which I think might be the one that I dive into next. And then I also want to read, I think it's The Inn of Hopes and Dreams by Andrea Severson. She's an indie author as well here on YouTube. I will have both of their channels linked down below because they are both author tubers. And then I also wanted to read Wuthering Heights. I wanted to read Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I just have so many books. October is the time of year where I really do find my love of reading all over again. There's something about gothic stories and just horror in general, spooks. I love a spook. I cannot deny I love a spook. I think the last personal thing I wanted to update you guys on is that I bought a Game Boy Advance game. I bought Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, which I had a very cutesy pink Game Boy Advance growing up. I have always loved video games. And I made the stupid mistake of letting my mom donate that to my cousins in Puerto Rico. But I have had a hair up my butt about wanting to get back into old school gaming, and really missing my Game Boy and the portability of it. So I bought the game off eBay for like 15 bucks. And I was like, let me keep this. And I think my treat to myself for Christmas, or for making it through the end of year madness, honestly, is gonna be buying myself a cute modded Game Boy Advance with like a brand new backlit screen and like in a cute colorway. Yeah, I don't know. This is what I spend my money on. And I'm like, I better do it now while I don't have kids. Okay, so while I'm finishing up my makeup, I will very briefly give you guys a writing update. I did manage to finish chapter 7, and I think I got it to a really good spot. It still needs a ton of editing. And I feel like I've reached this point with my project where I am okay taking my time with it. Like, I feel, is that blended properly? You can never blend too much. I feel like I got to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm invested in my own story again. I understand that this is gonna take time. I am okay with that. I've made peace with that. So my process when I'm going into chapters now, I really do take my time with it. I spend quite a lot of time in the beginning ideating what the chapter needs to accomplish. Hold on, let me finish my eyeliner. Doing this with no glasses and no contacts on, and all I have is a viewfinder and a tiny mirror. So proud of myself. For a lot of what I'm doing, some of the chapters I'm moving them, like the order and sequence in which they kind of appear. So I have to take that into account in terms of what narrative threads we're gonna touch on in that chapter. So I just have to like take my time, decide what I want each conversation to accomplish, what my characters need to be feeling at a certain point in the story. Before I started work on chapter 8, which I haven't even started drafting yet, I want to sit down and just kind of really map it out. But I do think it's going to be a very good chapter. It's a Peter chapter, and we're going to get a little bit more insight and start to unpack a little bit more of his internalized I wouldn't say hatred, because I don't think it's hatred, but it's just like, we're gonna unpack why he thinks the town sees him the way that it does. It doesn't. I feel like I removed this pressure to like sprint towards a finish line, and that feels really silly because I'm the one that's at the finish line, and I know I'm not the only one that kind of talks about this on AuthorTube, but it just feels really nice to get to like a healthy place with not only my writing, but like my creativity. And I think I've reached that with like not only writing, but just like YouTube videos. I feel like those are the big updates. I'm really hoping this angle was probably like so bad. And I'm so sorry, guys. I had a whole intro sequence filmed. I chatted with y'all. We talked through some of this stuff already, and then my file got corrupted. Oh, we look fine. We look great. Oh, this is the other thing that I bought at Sephora and I'm so excited about. If there's one makeup product that I will always buy, it's lipstick. So I bought this one from Merit. I saw, who did I see? I think I saw Casey Cibran. I don't know if it was this exact shade or a different one, but she had this Merit lipstick. First of all, the bullet, stunning, lovely. It gives like old school makeup vibe. I love Merit, I love Kosas, and I love Tower 28 right now. I just been really enjoying those. But look at this color. It doesn't look that dark. It looks super dark in the tube. It looks very vampy, but it's actually this like really pretty brownish nudie red. Hold on, like it's so much more wearable. I love. And I think the shape of it is also really nice because it's kind of like a lip liner also in one. Although I would be curious to see what this looks like with like an actual lip liner, but this is going in my bag. This is going in my bag. But I have a very busy day. I have a lot of meetings. Today is like all meetings for this gala, and I will be running around downtown. It's raining outside. It's like very gloomy, but it's finally cooled off. So I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna enjoy it, I'm gonna take you guys with me. I probably won't do any writing tonight, but tomorrow I do work from home for most of the days, so I'll probably get some writing in then. Let's have a good day. luncheon and prepping for end of year. Hi guys, welcome to Wednesday. I I'm filming this again because the intro that I tried to do for today, I tried to do with like 2 minutes until my meeting started. So let's try this again. Yeah, welcome to Wednesday. I feel like I want to do, I feel so chatty this video. Like every time I'm not actively talking to the camera, I'm thinking of like, oh, I want to update everybody on X, Y, and Z. Like my brain is going a million miles a minute. So let's do like a very brief little update. But first, I got a very exciting little package. This is the Game Boy game that I ordered. God, I haven't seen a Game Boy game in I don't know how long. Oh my God. See? Great. So I have a game and no console to play it with, but very happy I snagged this for a couple bucks. I guess I should talk about a little bit how I'm feeling. I'm feeling really overwhelmed. So I know that this vlog is a little bit of like juggling my 9 to 5 with like my creative hobbies. And I was talking to my friend Katie last night about how I just kind of felt like I'm slowly creeping out of this like first trimester fatigue, or at the very least trying to push through it, because I do want to write, I do want to do well at my job, I do want to make videos. Like all of these are things that like I derive joy and challenge and satisfaction from, but it has felt like a lot. And I think especially now that I am in the busy season for work, it has all felt like the little pockets of time that I used to have during the week to get things done on like a creative level don't really exist anymore. Like I put my monthly calendar back on my whiteboard and filled it out, and like every other day there's something on my calendar. This month specifically, I also have 2 brand collabs on my radar, so I have to be very cognizant. Like today I have to film a reel, then I have to send that off to get reviewed on Friday. I had to respond to a couple of emails this morning. I had to edit this vlog because I always edit my vlogs up until like the day that I'm editing it. Otherwise it's just way too much to edit like at the end of the week before I need to post the vlogs. I always need to set aside at least like an hour and a half to like rough cut. I've got our big annual luncheon fundraiser is like next Friday. I have an event today. We're starting to work on our end of year campaign, and it's much more in depth than what we did last year. So I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but at work I am the person that manages the data, the CRM, the contact information for a lot of our donors, all of our donors. I am constantly getting hit with requests to like pull reports or do an analysis or things like that. I don't mind it. I have a background in that. I'm not an expert in it though, and our system is quite like outdated. So it makes it really difficult. Like nothing is easy. No report is an easy pull. And right now, I have a lot on my plate that's like very minute tasks. So I have a lot of tiny tasks that I am terrified of letting fall through the cracks. So I have a little bit of like work anxiety. I'm trying to just take it a day at a time, a meeting at a time, like an interaction at a time. I am trying not to let the negativity get to me of just the way that the world is going. I'm not gonna harp on this too long because I know you guys probably come to my videos just to like talk writing and escape a little bit, and I totally respect and I understand that, and I want to facilitate that. But to a certain extent, I am a human being, and this is kind of has to go with like my work stuff too. Like I am very much like this emotional sponge. I'm very attuned to other people's emotions and energy, and so if someone comes to me with a very manic, frazzled energy, like I automatically kind of start assuming that into my demeanor in the moment when I'm taking in so much negative information and everything just feels so hopeless. I fought for a really long time to get out of my depression and my anxiety, and I fought for a really long time to be able to navigate those things in healthy ways, and I still struggle to communicate even with my husband how I'm truly feeling, because I don't feel like I grew up in a house where like I could articulate those things very well. So I'm still having to learn how to do that, and I'm constantly trying to straddle this line of like being informed but also not feeling overwhelmed. So I've just been dealing with that mentally. I got rid of my TikTok again. It's hard because there are some things on TikTok that I really value. Like I like seeing new, like videos for like baby stuff and like if I want to look up like a quick review or like food in my area or stuff like that. I love TikTok for that, but unfortunately I'm just on it way too much, not for those reasons. And there's also just like so many videos of like parents shaming each other or just like honestly stupid people, and I'm just like, I can't deal with this. I truly cannot deal with this. So I released it. I was like, I'm not coming back. I don't care how bad my scrolling addiction is. I will find something else. In terms of writing, I haven't had the chance to write this week. And I think I started to feel really bad about that, but this is a very realistic week in my life, balancing work and creativity. And unfortunately, I think I mentioned this before, but the pockets of time that I had during the week to get little things done creatively are quickly diminishing, and I have to get a lot more done on my weekends. Last weekend I didn't do anything, so I'm just trying to like balance listening to my body while also wanting to do the things that I love. I have an event tonight from 4 to 8 that I have to be in the city for. So I get to use some comp time on Friday. There's some work on my Substack that I'm really hoping to do. I've been wanting to really revise and revamp my Substack in a really meaningful way. I think it's a really helpful platform. To me, I've always wanted to treat my Substack as if it were a Patreon. I think it's a better platform for that. To me, the user interface is also a lot easier to like navigate and use as opposed to Patreon. It's not really my favorite. I am hoping to bring quite a few things to my Substack. One of which being like more content items like filming, editing, my process for content creation, how I got started. Probably talk a little bit more about like personal stuff like motherhood and pregnancy over on that platform, as well as work on some like exclusive posts and community posts and things like that. Been thinking about this for a while because I don't take putting things behind a paywall lightly. I want to make sure that there is value. I want to do like a community podcast where you guys get to ask questions and I'll answer them in a much more like casual way, do some exclusive videos, things like that. So I'm really excited about that. I don't know when that's gonna launch, but I do plan on kind of putting the pedal to the metal on that actually this weekend and start planning. I feel like that's a lot. I've already been talking for 10 minutes. I'm telling you, I am a chatty Kathy this week. I can't explain it. I don't know what has come over me, but it feels good after being in such like a energy slump. Having the energy to like talk and like be engaging and want to be on camera. I've been like chomping at the bit to like, I want to film, I want to say something. Has felt like really nice, and it feels like I'm like excited to do it again. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Different events this week. I still have a few
morning. It is Saturday. It's early Saturday. I think it's like 7:47. I had so much energy to start this week, and then I just kept feeling worse and worse. I think I had 2 different migraines this week. I can't even remember. Because I didn't get any writing done throughout the week, because I did not realize that I chose to vlog during one of the busiest weeks. It's like the second to last week before the floodgates open at work. That was on me. I don't know why I thought I was gonna be able to write and vlog and do all of that on top of work, but that's okay. It's Saturday. We are going to work on Eden for a little bit. I brought my laptop and everything. I'm probably not going to do too much actual writing in the document. I'm gonna actually be working on planning out chapter 8. I started doing some of that this morning. Probably gonna go into the document and start building it out a little bit. I think actually I should be able to salvage a lot of what I had for this original chapter. I'm just gonna have to tweak it a lot. I feel like with this draft I'm focusing a lot on the sequence of events, which is what I said I was gonna do, but I'm realizing there's little pieces of Peter's character that are kind of getting left behind in the process. So I want to probably in the next pass to go back through the chapters and probably sprinkle some stuff in a little bit better. I wanted to get outside because I've just been stuck indoors, the migraines that I've been having, and then just feeling sick and nauseous. I've been bedridden for, if I'm not working, I'm in bed working horizontal. So I thought the fresh air would be good for me, and I haven't been out to this park since the spring, which is dumb because it's right across the street from my apartment. So let's do some writing. Let's enjoy the fresh air. It's nice and cool outside. The sun is not yet beating down on me, and then I'll catch you guys up on everything else that I wanted to catch you guys up on. I have some silly updates. Try and make this quick because I think my camera is dying, but I just worked for 30-ish minutes planning this chapter out. It is in much better shape than I thought. A lot of those early Act 2 Part 1 chapters needed a lot of rewriting, and we are slowly starting to get into the space where that's not necessarily the case. That feels kind of good, and I feel like I wanted to give this update with my writing because I was really starting to beat myself up over the fact that the week ended up just being so much busier than I thought that it was going to be, and I didn't get any writing done. I was getting sick constantly. I really couldn't eat. I think there were 2 days there where I couldn't keep anything down. I really wanted to be there for my team at work. I just kind of felt like I was failing on all fronts, and I don't think that is uniquely that's a unique experience to me, especially right now. I know a lot of my AuthorTube friends are kind of I failed this challenge, or I did this. And then some of them are thriving. Cody with his 90-day novel challenge, he just is zipping by, and I'm so proud of him. And instead I'm trying to focus on the fact that I am, today I'm trying to make not only a concerted effort to show up for the project, but also just to show up in a way that's healthy for me, not just setting aside the time to sit down in my club room and work on the project, but get outside, disrupt my space, do something different. It's felt nice. I think I'm gonna just sit out here for a while and read. I have my Kindle. I've been reading on my Kindle way more recently. I also got this really cute cover from Page the Shop. Shout out to Jenna Hong for putting me onto this. I finished Hungerstone, and now I'm reading The Echo of Precious Things by D.M. Cabral. I am so excited. I'm 3 or 4 chapters in, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I think this book is like totally my speed. So I feel like in the past I probably would have scrapped this vlog. I don't look very good right now. I don't have any makeup on. My hair's not done. I was bedridden for like 6 hours yesterday because of a migraine, so I definitely didn't feel very good, and I feel like I look it today. But I do want to be like transparent about like sometimes this is still just like how you kind of have to show up for yourself and what you want to do. I think one thing that I really want to try and do is like reevaluate the kinds of videos I do, because I love the vlogs. I love the vlogs, don't get me wrong, but they are a big lift and I want to make them nice. And I feel like everyone says my videos are cozy, and that's like the biggest compliment. But like, if any of you guys want to like let me know in the comments down below what exactly it is about the vlogs that you enjoy so much, or about just like my videos in general. I'm always doing market research, so that would be really, really nice to know. Yeah, I think I just want to reevaluate the kind of videos I do, more sit down stuff. I get a little intimidated to talk about craft because there's still so much that I'm learning. And yeah, I like never want to feel like any of the writing advice. I don't even know if I'm qualified to give writing advice. I only know my experience, and I always approach what I say with that lens that it's like very obviously very biased to me and my experience. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. If you like the video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. That helps me out significantly. I feel like I'm gonna get back into a really nice regular-ish rhythm, even though it's going to be busy with work. I'm going to figure out my workload with content creation and writing in a way that's like sustainable. But until then, I'm rooting for you, and I will see you in the next one.